Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Black Mirror 2. The game messed up with the graphics a little bit, somehow alt-tabbed. I don't even know how it happened this time considering I didn't really alt-tab out. But since we're out here, I guess we can look at the apparently one picture we've unlocked out of, it seems like 27 pictures. And we'll just try to see what this really is turning into. Apparently it's like a stationary 3D image. There's no right clicking or left clicking to zoom or move anything. I'll even try the arrow keys just to see. So 27 people, it seems like. The videos, like when we're over here on videos, apparently we have one of these unlocked, but I would assume that this is probably just a video from the first of the game. And since I have really no interest in looking at that, I really have no desire for that. And then Photo Fit is the first mini game. Ugh. I certainly hated that. I skipped that. Anyways, let's get back into the game. Not the automatic saved entry. Not. I suppose this is a matter of looking at the lowest entry and applying the date 620 and the time 145. I guess that's probably the right one. I imagine the one at the bottom is always going to be the right one. So let's just double check our. That's proof that we're trying to look for proof that Fuller's was blackmailing people to prove that Angela didn't stab him, which I don't know if I trust this game enough to do something that crazy, but I suppose you could have. Ooh, we've got this. Who is the stranger? And now there's a picture here. I wonder if I could, if this picture was here when I needed to do that photo fit challenge. And the day doesn't look like it's changed on the calendar. That day. Let's see if we can take a picture of Mom. Apparently not. So I need to cause a distraction, so I'm just going to pull the cable and pull the plug on my mom.
The machine only monitors my mom's vital functions, so it doesn't matter if I loosen a cable here.
So out we go. And let's take these delivery. What were these delivery
Perhaps the delivery
notes?
note will be of use. I'll take it.
So we just stole it in standard video game fashion, point and click adventure fashion. Let's look at it.
A completed delivery note for liquid soap. Why not?
So the next thing we're gonna have to do, I suppose, is let's pull out our camera and no, stop walking around for a second. Can we just, you know, cycle, I guess, and see if these work a little bit better? Yeah, I guess maybe that would be a little bit helpful. So no pictures of these characters, not really surprised. Let's see if we can just walk in the mortuary.
Yes.
Hello.
So we have
Are
to
you
talk
delivering
to the guy.
something?
Yes.
Delivery note.
So I show him the
Whatever.
delivery note
I'll be off then.
Hey,
that I picked up.
not so fast. What you delivering there?
Liquid soap?
So, where is it?
Huh?
Where is the package?
Oh, what a klutz. I left it in the car.
Man, unbelievable. In my day, I wouldn't have never gotten away with that kind of thing.
Oh, no. Does that mean I'll never be able to become a security guy now? I'll get the box.
Why are you getting hostile with every single person you're talking to? Just, I don't know. I want a smoother type of character in point-and-click adventures. Like, I don't mind if maybe the character every now and then says something sly, and then the rest of the people in the world don't have enough intelligence to realize that he's making fun of them. That works in moderation, but when it's obvious to everybody involved that the main character is being sarcastic and a pain in the butt, it then becomes questionable why anybody bothers to try to work with him or help in any way. Doesn't seem like there's anything here I can do. So let's see. Do we want to go to the diner? I guess that would be the next logical location. Let's see, we are even got a cutscene there. So let's go look at the trash. We could have looked at the trash before this point, but we never seem to have any reason to.
Clues in the trash, huh? It's worth a try. Oh, man, that stinks. So, what have we got here? Trash bags with leftovers, packaging, paper towels, and... Hey, some torn up pieces of paper.
So maybe we'll have to find some
That
tape.
really might be interesting.
And there's some stuff around.
What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California and think they should be driving around in convertibles, Mustangs.
We have trash can, we have convertible, we have string of lights.
A simple chain of lights. A power cable with lots of bulb sockets. One's missing.
Yeah, because I took it. So, am I really gonna have to use that again? In some weird way? Let's see. We may have to actually find a box of liquid soap in this game. We could talk to the doctor, or we could take pictures of the doctor. This is really a worthless addition to the game.
I think that the picture has turned out very well.
Like, it does. I don't think it's gonna add anything, and just waste the player's time. And apparently, Mr. B-Bud doesn't get a picture.
Dr. Newhouse
Let's talk
from
to
the
the
hospital.
doctor.
Oh, excuse me. The health center. Dr. Newhouse?
Yes.
I have like a whole list of things I can ask her about, I guess. Or ask him about.
What can you tell me about Mrs. Biba? And do you know her husband?
Oh, well. Now, a person shouldn't speak ill of others, but her husband, he's a very unpleasant fellow. He was a big deal in the football team at high school.
Small chance he might be the
Mrs.
killer.
Biba married him young. Yes, I think she imagined her life
But I
turning out
imagine he'll
some
just
other
end up
way.
dead.
Like how?
Now,
Possibly
she works hard in the
last
diner.
victim, or second to
Probably
last
does the
victim.
work of about 3 people. But I don't think it makes a great deal of money. And her husband, well, yeah, let's leave it at that. They certainly don't have a lot of money, just a lot of work. and no love.
Uh-huh.
It would be slightly interesting if this game had two endings. One, the main character I'm playing as turns out to be the killer. The other, Angelina, turns out to be the killer. And depending on how you play, one ends up killing the other. But I really don't have faith in this game to pull off a mechanic like that. Or tell a story that would be that complicated.
So, a crazy good time guy like yourself.
I guess we need to
can
just kind
surely
of
tell me where all
up
the action
through
is.
all of this
You're
conversation.
in Biddeford?
Because I'm pretty sure I have to have
no.
it.
Yeah, you got me wrong there. I could perhaps give you a few tips on which are the most interesting evening courses at the community center.
No thanks. I'll pass on that one.
I thought you might. Hey, we do put on a disco for young folks every 2 weeks. But I suspect you've rather grown out of all that too.
I don't think I was ever that age. Discos, bars, parties. I was never into that sort of thing.
Your mother mentioned that. You were rather more of a loner, yes?
I've no idea where she got that from.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't intend to.
So, to sum up then, in Biddeford, you're best off being over 50 or dead. Might just suit me.
What? Being over 50?
Yeah, exactly.
None of these so far felt like they're giving me any information, so I wish it was shorter single sentence responses instead of 3-4 sentence responses.
Do you know how my mother is? Or should I ask someone in the hospital?
I've already seen your mother today, Darren. No change. And I think we ought to take that as a good sign.
Are there good medical reasons for thinking that? Or is that just wishful thinking?
Optimism never hurts.
So it's just wishful thinking then?
Darren.
Thanks, Doc. Have you ever seen this guy? He was in the hospital yesterday.
In the hospital? I don't think I saw him. Why didn't you ask the nursing sister?
He was here in the diner, too.
Huh. That's right. I think he was talking to Mrs. Biber.
Did you notice anything else?
Afraid not.
The voice actors can't even get the pronunciation correct.
So how was Old Fuller killed then?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you anything. They're still investigating.
What?
I'd like
You
to
think I'd tell
see
the
if
press?
there's a...
I did used to work for him, and I'd like to know what happened.
Well, okay then.
If there's like a
He was stabbed.
And
magical
more exactly?
marking symbol
He was
on him
stabbed
like in the first
nearly
game.
a dozen times. Not a nice sight.
Did he bleed to death?
Not necessarily. Could have been shock. Could well have been that some vital organs were injured.
Huh. So looks like Fuller had a pretty free choice of how he checked out. Somebody wanted to cover all the bases for him.
Darren, you really shouldn't speak of the dead like that.
I'm not interested in the dead.
He really
I'm
does
interested in
sound
the
like
murderer.
Christopher Walken. This would be crazy if it really is him voice acting the game.
As I understand it, there's also a department in the health center for the less mobile. A morgue.
Yes, that's right. This is a small town. We doctors at the health center are also responsible for checking corpses.
So don't you have to have special training for that?
If there's even just the slightest sign of a crime, then we get an experienced pathologist over from Portland.
So that means that Fuller still hasn't been looked at.
Right now, we're waiting for the pathologist. We've only prepared him.
Do the nurses sometimes stick their fingers in the deceased's personal effects?
Outrageous! Of course not. These things are properly stored away in the morgue, as they should be.
Thank you.
So that was a weird question to, I guess, trick him to say all of his items are also in the morgue?
So, are the cops in Biddeford any good?
How do you mean that?
Do you trust them to find the killer?
I'm sure they'll do their best.
Oh, right.
We've never had a case like this before.
Oh, So you don't reckon it's such a bad thing if they've got the wrong person, since they still have to practice?
I'm sure that the captain will solve the case.
Well, that's it for now, I guess.
If you've got any more things you want to ask, just come and find me.
A lot of conversation, very little of it directed or oriented around having it with the doctor. So we're here. Let's see what we can look at. See, the mother is still, like, is she in the house? Is she alive at all?
Fuller's mother will have to take her mutt for a walk on her own now. The cops could
Looks
have
like
at
a
least
pile
brought
of
the sign
blood,
back
but
in
this
with
could
them.
just be water. Well, it seems the door's not
I should have guessed.
unlocked.
The police have sealed the door. Gotta find another way.
So let's just double check. Like, is there anything really even to shoot here? No. So let's go into junk shop. Shoot as in photos. Let's take a picture of this guy. That didn't seem to work. Give this to him. That didn't seem to work. Look here. I guess we'll have a talk with Eddie and just see. We have two things we
What's
can
with my
ask.
slide projector?
Don't worry, I've got it here.
Is it broken?
No, but old and battered as ever. What do you need the projector for anyway? You're blind.
You just look after your own junk.
So we do give that back since we talked to him. Good. I don't want extra things in my inventory. Confusing puzzles.
Do you know this man?
You want to play me for a sucker?
Sorry.
Showing him a picture doesn't help if he's really blind.
Have you heard what happened to Fuller?
Sure. The police was here. Wanted to know if I heard anything.
Did you?
I got ears like a lynx, but it was raining. When the rain falls on that tin roof out my window, I can't hear nothing else.
The police have arrested an innocent woman.
It happens.
I'm gonna prove that she's innocent.
Is she that pretty?
She's damn pretty. But that's not why I'm doing it.
Whatever. You would have helped a
Kinda
60-year-old
is.
wrinkly biddy in just the same way. But it don't matter in the end. The strong gotta help the weak. It's your duty to get her out of there,
Will you help me?
if I can.
So he'll help me, but I don't know how he could help me. Let's see. Clearly there's something I'm supposed to do with the radio at some point, but I don't know what that is yet. Things look slightly different now that it's raining. It looks like everything is reset, or a lot of things have reset.
Oh well. Now Fuller's mother's got less washing to hang up. That's Fuller's office window.
And so we kind of wonder if the dog... I wonder if the dog barking I'm hearing right now is supposed to be the dog up at the top.
The window is open, presumably to let in some fresh air. Or maybe it just doesn't close properly. Who knows?
Seems like nobody tried.
Crap, the back door's locked too. I've got to think of something. How do I get into the house without breaking the seal? The window is barred. The bars seem pretty strong and are bricked into the wall.
So how many things are left to click on? Just the grating and just this.
Yep, that could be my way into the house. I can get into the basement through the light well. I've just got to get rid of this grill first. It looks very heavy and it's rusted into the concrete.
So, wire cutters on it?
The grill isn't made of wire. It's made of sturdy iron strips, so not a good idea.
Tow rope on it? Tow rope now works.
Tie the rope to the window
pretty
grill
sure
in
I've
the
done
basement
that.
grill.
I'm pretty sure I've done that before. Alright. Now what?
I've knotted the end tightly and the rope should be able to take a big load. What now?
I have no clue. I'm clearly missing something. Like, unless I'm supposed to just wrap the metal tube around the loop.
Hey, if it worked in ancient Egypt, it should work here.
That's a little complicated for the solution. That shouldn't have worked. There was no indication that that's what they wanted me to do. And he's not even spinning in the direction that I would have spun it.
My private doorway to Fuller's realm.
So we can get
by
in
a
this.
centuries-old technique. Shame on you.
So we can get in here. But short of having the, I'm gonna have to put in the code again. Without the number, there's nothing I can do right now. Unless I'm supposed to use the wire cutters on the floorboards. I'm slowly eliminating elements. And that's making things work. They apparently left all kinds of lights on. Spotlight.
The police seem to have left the light on. Or Fuller had another photo shoot yesterday and the police didn't want to change anything.
Interesting. So this opens the door.
I don't think I'll find anything that the police missed. They've examined this area carefully.
I can go in there apparently, but let's see. We've got a marking.
Whoa. I think I need more sleep.
Like, so now, I mean, again, we are right at that point where the game clearly is, it's not even being subtle like the first game. Clearly, I'm the murderer.
This is where Fuller's body must have been lying. Everything covered in blood.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to make it so obvious. And it makes it very odd to play this game now, because I wouldn't be opposed, frankly, to playing a game like this. The game revealing in the first act that I'm the murderer, and then giving you tasks specifically built around the idea of you've now got to
If there was a garden
cover up
outside,
your
not just a garbage dump,
actions.
I'd have guessed that Fuller wore them to work in the garden. There's clay and earth on the soles.
So we've got a puzzle over here that I think we can do. And we can't open this mailbox, but you'd think you would be able to open the mailbox, because then you could get the letter that proved the blackmail from Biba. But apparently that's not what they want us to do. Let's take these scraps of paper and look at the light box. And see if we can do something
It
there.
works.
So apparently that's not what I need to do.
Those are the paper snippets out of the trash can at the diner. Let's see if I can put them back together.
Okay, so it's not even a specific place. This was the first puzzle that we had to do in the first game. It was a picture was torn and orient things back to where they should be. It, what I recall, wasn't a terrible puzzle, but it may have had a little bit of some weirdness in it, just because I think you kind of needed to get the pieces not only aligned, but aligned in where the game actually wanted things to be. So these pieces here that are connected aren't snapping to each other. There, we got a snap. So apparently there is a snap system now. But it's iffy at best, because those two clearly feel like they should be snapping together, and yet they aren't. Well, let's not spend too much time messing with that stuff. Slight disadvantage to me playing this because I can't really read the handwriting, so I wouldn't be surprised if I accidentally put some handwriting upside down just in an effort to mess things up. And see, even the game thinks that I should have solved the puzzle by now, and that was a little abrupt, frankly. Hey, give me a little chance before telling me to give up. I have to be careful, I guess, not to accidentally click on it. And even once this is put together, I still don't really have an ability to read it. So I'm hoping it will be voice acted information, which it probably will. I imagine, I guess this locks into all of that, locks into that, now that locks into that. Here we go, we're getting it. Maybe that locks into that. Lock into that. Locks in there. So then we know that that piece goes there. And let's see, that piece goes there. That piece goes there. That piece goes there. taking quite a while here. A little too long, a little too many pieces for this game. I both would criticize this game for not really having enough gameplay mechanics and for having some puzzles that are just a little too long and a little too complicated. I'd prefer to see simpler puzzles that happen more frequently. Yeah, heck, even doing the cliched lockpicking mechanic could have been used multiple times at this point in the game. Alright. So I've got the note.
Yeah, I think it's a letter from Fuller to Mrs. Biber. Maybe even the one I stuck in her hand yesterday? Dearest Claire, I'm a little disappointed that you don't come to visit me anymore.
No subtitles here.
Don't you miss our time together at all? All the fun we had? Take a look at the pictures. You look so happy and contented. Don't you think so too? I tell you, that was some kind of fun we had too. And you just can't bring yourself to admit it. Are you worried about it getting out? Well, it would be too embarrassing, wouldn't it? A married businesswoman has to watch her reputation. What would the folks say? What would your husband do with you? It would be a scandal, but I'll protect you from it. Me and 15 Ben Franklin stand between you and shame. I'll expect the, bonus this evening. Bring it to me, and I'll enjoy myself with your pictures for a few more weeks. F.
So, no twist here. Fuller is a sleazeball that is blackmailing her.
That's at least evidence that Fuller was blackmailing Mrs. Biber. 15 Ben Franklins is $1,500. But is that going to be enough for the
Only
cops?
somebody
They're gonna
not
ask her
from the
what he was
United States
blackmailing her with.
would have to
If
say
they
that
ask
out
her,
loud.
Biber will deny everything. I've got to find out what Fuller was using to blackmail her. And I'm sure that the answer is behind that secret door.
So, we've got a light box. And unless we're supposed to use this with it, or use this with it, or this with it, I don't know. Like, fingerprints don't make a lot of sense. I don't know what the soda bottle now does. Yeah. Color me confused.
Nothing to see.
So, unless it's a case of the, like, let's go back this way, I guess, and click on everything and see if maybe the safe has some more information or there's something on the desk.
There's nothing more that interests me in the safe. No.
We have this cuckoo clock that has an item, hexagonal hole, but we still don't have anything that would work with that. So back to the basement. Let's see. It's the Monument Valley. Then the beach. I hear a mouse, but I don't see it. One. The Great Wall of China. And then the castle. And I missed something. Yeah, I did. Monument Valley. Beach. Sphinx. Great Wall of China. Then castle.
That's got it. The clips are off and the screen's gone up. When you stand here, it feels like... like what? Something like when you see in the dock and he has you stand on a set of mechanical weighing scales. Everything slides slightly back and forth. The floor gives a little as you stand on it. Could it really be a set of scales? Would that fit in with a secret door? Aha, I knew it.
So why would he even have you come change the fuse box in the basement? I would say if he had such a secret, why not keep people out of the basement always?
If it really is a kind of scale, then it could measure Fuller's weight while he tapped in the secret number into this pad. And the door would only open when the two matched. Pretty well thought through for sure. For me, there's the problem that I have no idea how heavy Fuller is. I've got to find that out if I want to make progress here.
This is
Battered-looking
ridiculous.
numeric pad with small metal buttons. I guess that you have to enter a code to open the door.
This is really, really ridiculous.
If it really is a kind of pretty well, I've got to find that out if
Otherwise we have this bulb.
I'm not going to touch any lit light bulb. That's got to be hot.
And I'm not liking that the light is flickering on and off. We're gonna walk out of here and then it's gonna reset the thing. So what are our goals right now? Let's see, to search the morgue I need to stay undetected, and so get into the morgue and investigate his murder, open the secret door, look through Fuller's belongings. Everything's sort of related. Alright, so we've been to the hospital, we've been, I think, to the house. One assumes I can't just take a picture of the picture on the wall in the house. So that leaves us with the souvenir shop. And we... oh, let's not... let's go into the souvenir shop and see if we can get in here. And then take a picture of her. Apparently that didn't work. There's an empty package I guess I could pick up.
An empty package. Looks like someone's unpacked the shipment here and left the packaging. Some people.
So we'll take that. That lets us get into the morgue. A little too complicated to move the story forward. A lot of ridiculous things we're doing right now for little reasons. I tried to click that, and I'm thinking it's just people that I'm taking pictures of, not items or places.
Hey, Rosie.
Let's talk to Rosie.
Hard at work, I see.
Let's see if
What
we
do you
get
want?
3 pieces of information from her.
Do you know this man?
Has he got something to do with the Fuller murder? Of course. I can see it now. That's a real criminal face.
You know him or not?
Never seen him.
Then not. Have you already heard what happened to Fuller?
Isn't that something?
I know, right?
Alas, something's happening here. A bloody murder in the middle of the night? A suspicious foreign lady? Who knows what's gonna come out of all this?
Maybe the suspicious foreign woman is innocent and has been wrongly arrested.
Oh yeah, and the killer is still on the loose and is gonna kill again.
Oh yeah, maybe a souvenir shop employee.
That's not funny. You shouldn't joke about that.
What can you tell me about the hotel down the coast?
The Wild Coast? Belongs to an old town family. Been there for about 100 years. It's a well-run place. Doesn't do badly. Bit boring, though.
No scandals?
The owner doesn't get on too well with his son. He's hanging out in Portland. Some kind of musician. But exactly what? I don't know.
And anything else?
There's an illegal card game up there sometimes. The cops don't bother with it, though.
Why'd they do that?
How should I know? The chief probably plays with them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the twist turns out that the murderers are part of the family of this hotel, and it's just a coincidence that the Gordon family is involved even slightly. Everything is kind of reset.
I don't really like to climb into other people's houses. Well, not without a good reason.
So, is the idea to take pictures?
The masters. You often get stormy weather coming off the...
Like, I don't know why these things reset, and they really shouldn't have. It seems like maybe because we started Act 2.
Looks very cozy. I bet you... But you know...
So... let's just go inside, talk to these people. We never even got the solution to that little casket with the picture in it. She just opened it and didn't show, the game never showed us what the solution was.
There are pictures of ships everywhere.
Can't take a picture of him. So I wonder if we can go up to Angelina's room and search her room.
Excuse me.
Yes, please?
I wouldn't be surprised if we run into the stranger in Angelina's room.
Do you know that Angelina's been arrested?
I can't tell you anything about that.
But you do know.
Look, Darren, this is a family hotel.
I understand. Can I have a quick look around in Miss Morgan's room?
Absolutely not.
Even if I were to let something slip out to the press?
I'm not going to be blackmailed. And anyway, the newspaper belongs to my brother-in-law.
Nice for you. I saw the card and the flowers that you sent my mother.
Oh,
Interesting.
that was a given. As I hear it, isn't she any better?
So the
Seems
cards
there's not much kept private round
that
here.
were on her
Well, my wife is
table
a friend of the doctor's wife.
were
After
there
all,
before
one
I
worries
informed
about
this
people, doesn't he?
guy that
Would you let me
my
know
mother
then
was
when my
sick.
mother's condition starts to improve?
Sorry?
Was this guy here again yesterday?
You mean the one who was asking about Miss Morgan? Yes, I saw him the one time through the window. He was headed towards town.
Where was he coming from?
I can't tell you exactly. Somewhere from around the beach, I'd say.
Or can you keep your eyes peeled? I believe he's caught up in all this.
In the murder?
For sure. He was following Miss Morgan, and now he's framed her for the murder.
Well, what are things coming to? What kind of folks are running around in our lovely little Biddeford these days?
What do you reckon?
We really haven't made a lot of progress here in 45
cops already
minutes.
have a suspect.
That's crazy. It wasn't her.
I hope so too. And I also hope
it seems like it takes
where she was staying.
Close to 45 minutes just to walk
about.
from one end of the city
here.
to the other.
My whole family's welfare depends on this hotel. You know what my daughter's tuition fees in Switzerland cost?
There's an innocent girl sitting in jail. That interests me more than your daughter's college fees.
Forgive me, you're right.
Again, why am I having arguments with
Morgan
people that probably
innocent,
don't care?
What we all assume, then the truth will soon come to light.
Oh, I'll bring it to light, all right. Whatever it costs. The weather isn't going to be suiting to your guests.
Oh, yeah, well, there's not much going on anyway. The change in the weather was already announced. And to be honest, right now I'm quite happy there's not so many guests in the hotel. You know why. With the incident.
Have the cops sealed off Miss Morgan's room?
They were here first thing this morning. Got me out of bed, they did. I was worried that they'd pull the whole room apart. Took a whole lot of photos and fingerprints. You know, like in a movie.
But they didn't.
The captain had a look around the room, made a few notes, and told me that nothing should be touched. But after 10 minutes, he was off again, without taking anything with him.
So are they coming back again?
I don't know. I didn't get the feeling that the captain was looking for anything in particular. He just wanted to take a look around.
So there could definitely still be clues hidden in the room. I need to be able to get a look around in there. And I'll be a lot more thorough than the captain.
So we know there's a key.
There's room for 12 keys on the keyboard, but only a few are hanging on it. There are probably no more than 8 rooms here.
But I don't know how I would get the key. We could just try.
There's no way that the porter's gonna let me go up there. A private sign hangs on the door.
Right, tried this. We have a plant.
There's nothing in the pot apart from the plant.
We have a table.
There are a few magazines lying around here.
Just clicking on things we've already clicked on. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's anything to do. It definitely is taking way too long to just exhaust everything to move the story forward. The only real action in the past 45 minutes that I feel like we've accomplished is we were able to get the delivery note and the box, both of which were new items that just appeared when we started Act 2. Meanwhile, we're still left with this laxative, this letter, this ballpoint pen, which we're going to use, this wire cutter, which we've never used, this photo, the soda, the reassembled letter. I suppose we accomplished that, and so there was a puzzle there, and the photo fit, and the slices of bread. And that's quite a large collection of items that I don't know really how you do a better system here. I think you just write a better game. You have smaller sections, smaller acts. You have things not be picked up and held on to for as long as is going on here. I tried to take pictures of everybody and didn't really succeed on getting any new pictures. Well, I guess another recording is done. This game is taking quite a while. Like that is the one thing, and it definitely was the problem with Black Mirror 1, is that the game was just rather slow. They definitely fixed it in the reboot by making it a 5-hour game. I'd argue 5-hour games for a point-and-click adventure is probably too fast, but it's a lot better than 15 hours. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.